So there's some public bickering going on. Joe Manchin and Bernie Sanders went back and forth on the $3.5 trillion reconciliation bill. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez took a shot at Manchin on Twitter, and Manchin was asked to respond to that on one of the Sunday shows, and he reduced himself to a bumbling fool.
Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez said this about you in a tweet. Manchin has weekly huddles with Exxon and is one of many senators who gives lobbyists their pen to write so-called bipartisan fossil fuels bills. It's killing people. Sick of this bipartisan corruption that masquerades as clear-eyed moderation. This is your fellow Democrat.
Well,
is it true that you have weekly meetings with Exxon and other lobbyists for fossil fuel?
No, they don't. Weekly meetings. I don't.
It's just false.
I keep my door open for everybody. It's totally false. And those type of superlatives, it's just awful. Continue to divide. I don't know the young lady that well. I really don't. I've met her one time, I think, between sets here, but that's it. So we have not had any conversations. She's just speculating and saying things because she wants to.
She's not the only one. I'm sure you've heard. There are a number of your fellow Democrats who say that you're opposed to this because you're bought and paid for by corporate donors. I'm opposed to it
because it makes no sense at all. I just gave you the facts. I've said this. You're entitled to your own facts. I mean, your own opinions. You're just not entitled to create your own facts to support it. And that's exactly what they're doing.
Okay, Joe, sure. So he says, oh, this bill makes no sense, which is why I'm against it. Really? It makes no sense to do a child tax benefit, universal pre-K, paid family and medical leave, tuition-free community college, lower prescription drug costs, dental, hearing, and vision added to Medicare under a Medicare expansion, housing, home care, climate change money, lower the Medicare age, Obamacare expansion, and to raise taxes on the wealthy and corporations and have fees on polluters. That doesn't make sense? That makes perfect sense, and all of those things poll very, very popular. Now, to the main issue here, I actually didn't look up. Let me see. I want to see Joe Manchin weekly meetings, Exxon. Let's see what comes up when I Google that. Manchin denies meeting with fossil fuel lobbyists weekly, but, that's the title from Rolling Stone, but says, I keep my door open for everybody. That's what he said right there. Now, I'm not going to dive too much into whether or not it's literally true. Oh, here we go. This is what the story is based on. July 1st, 2021. Exxon lobbyist brags about regular access to Joe Manchin. Wow. That's the title by Amanda Turkle. Exxon Mobil says it has regular access to Joe Manchin and his staff, according to leaked comments by a senior lobbyist for the oil giant. The remarks came from Keith McCoy, Exxon's senior director of federal relations in Washington. Joe Manchin, I talk to his office every week. He is the kingmaker, and he's not shy about staking his claim early and completely changing the debate, McCoy said. So, looks like this article is what that's based on. We have reporting where somebody from Exxon says, I speak to his office every week. Now, I guess Joe could technically wiggle out of it and say, well, I personally don't talk to them every week, but your staff does, your office does, which I think counts. Now, furthermore, I found an Open Secrets article, just to put this in perspective for you with the kind of person that we're dealing with. Open Secrets article back when he was running for Senate again, and he was doing his primary campaign. Here's the Open Secrets article. Here's what they say. His primary campaign has already begun fundraising and clocked in with roughly $638,000 through the end of September. Much of that cash came from PACs affiliated with oil and natural gas companies, including Valero Energy Corporation, National Fuel Gas Company, and DTE Energy, which have long supported Manchin's political career. Since 2010, the American Gas Association's PAC has donated $15,000 to Manchin, according to the FEC. In the same time frame, ExxonMobil's corporate PAC contributed $12,500, and the American Petroleum Institute contributed $10,000. PACs and individuals affiliated with First Energy Corporation are together one of Manchin's biggest contributors and have given the senator $147,950 since 2009. The American Chemistry Council, whose members include companies like Shell and Exxon, spent $200,000 to support Manchin in his 2018 campaign. You tell me who's right and who's wrong on this front. Manchin got caught red-handed, son. Red-handed. And in order to try to get out of it, he says, "I'm sure you're being very mean, and young lady, you better watch it." Guilty. Guilty. You take money from big oil, you do their bidding, and you got called out for it, and you had to play the decorum game. By the way, that's all they have when you catch them red-handed. Caught him dead to rights. All he had was, "Young lady, the decorum. How dare you state the things I've actually done?" I don't want to hear it, Joe. You are the problem. You are the problem. So, shut up, fall in line, and vote for this bill, because we need this bill desperately. And again, if I'm Joe Biden, I'm holding over his head the fact that his daughter and his wife were just caught in this EpiPen price gouging scandal, colluding with Big Pharma. They have the emails. We need to come up with a rationalization to increase the prices. They have the emails on her. I would investigate her. I'd try to put them in jail unless he votes for this bill. That's the kind of hardball I'd play.